Welcome to another episode of the Multifamily Collective. As you may well notice, we are in transition again. We've been here in this home for 2 years, and we are actually making a transition into a new home in a different part of Atlanta, Georgia. So more to come on that, but you'll see the studio slowly fade away over the course of the next week. Well, actually, you won't see that. Doesn't matter. Next time you see me, we'll be in a different venue. Today, I wanted to talk about diffidence. I wanted to talk about people who hold your organization back for whatever the reason, because they tend to be a little slow to act or a lot slow to act, and they tend to be anti-idea or anti-movement, or they tend to be incrementalist, not to suggest that incrementalism isn't a good way to govern a business, thoughtful incrementalism. Versus just big, bold ideas and things that stretch and push the team to a whole different level. The diffidents are just like roadblocks in your organization. And in the beginning, they're kind of subtle. They kind of subtly undermine, or they subtly speak in contrast to what you're trying to accomplish as a leader, as a team. And so my recommendation, or really it's a common mistake in leaders, that we hold on to these individuals or we think that we can change them. I had somebody say to me one time that I was not the great Jesus, in that I couldn't change every single person that came to work for me. I used to believe in my heart of hearts that I had the ability to transition someone into a new way of thinking. Like every person, not just some, because there are some people that actually make transitions into different thought processes, different mindsets, and different ways of viewing the world based on your influence. There are some people in the world that are just completely adverse to that. They're set in their ways and they are never going to change. So the common mistake for leaders, and I had this, I am definitely someone who did this, is to hold on way too long. The better action is to give that person a runway with some very clear objectives, some very clear outlines, some very clear deliverables. And if that person doesn't change, then there's this great saying: if you can't change people, change people. It's your job as a leader to get those individuals out of the organization, because as you all well know, you're going to continue to see the untying of the culture that you're trying to put together. Because these individuals will undermine it. They'll look at you as a leader and you're not doing anything about this particular situation, this particular person. So it's an indictment of you, not the person. For you not to act is an indictment of you and your lack of leadership skill or your weakness in that area. Versus somebody takes bold action. People in your organization look at those individuals, those leaders, and they think, yep, I'm getting behind that person. And I'm going to follow them because they take bold and decisive action. So my encouragement to you today is this: if you have diffidence in your organization, people that you can't change, and if you've tried, and if you've laid it all out in a performance improvement plan, if you've laid it all out in an action plan, and they just don't respond in a way that's going to be constructive and productive for your organization, then you have to change people. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.